is burning, it's burning for you. Lance Bush is burning, it's burning for you.
Welcome to another edition of Len's Burning Bush. I am Len Harvey. Before I bring on my guest for the week, I want to talk about what's really burning my bush. So if you've been listening for the last 2 years, thank you. I can't believe you made it that long, but it is a big anniversary coming up for me on April the 12th. I cannot believe that it's been 2 years of Len's Burning Bush. Today will be 105 episodes. So a lot of stuff I've been able to complain about. So I'm going to go into that right now. And if you've been listening, you know that many of you, any travel plans that I've had have frequently been altered due to COVID or COVID restrictions, right? So after 2 years, we are hopefully getting a chance to spend a few days in the Bahamas. Yes, I know everybody's going to be a little bit jealous, but we're going to be with some great friends. And of course, there are many things that we need to get ready for the trip. And it's not as easy as just getting suntan lotion and your favorite bathing suit and just getting on the plane. Not easy, right? You have to have, so let me give you this. You have to have a negative COVID test within 72 hours. They pick 72, not actually sure why, but 72 hours before you can enter the Bahamas. And that seems, I guess, easy enough, right? You got to be vaccinated. You got a whole list of things. Now, you have to, until you find out that you actually have to upload all this information after you have a non-COVID related test, right? You have the test and you're negative, right? You got to have that. So you save the profile on the Bahamas health visa, but you also have to pay $40 for this per person while you do it. And apparently it takes about 24 hours to approve. Nothing like, having to cut it close for your trip. So let me get this straight. I'm just trying to figure this out. They're asking for a $40 non-refundable, of course it's non-refundable, right? Toll to enter the country. And to think I used to bitch at going over the George Washington Bridge on a toll, right? I mean, the fee is one thing, but what's interesting is if you test negative and they still don't approve your entry, by the time you have to get on the plane, you could pretty much miss your whole trip. So vacation is supposed to be relaxing, right? And all this does is make you rush around like a crazy person until the last minute. So hopefully by the time you're hearing or viewing this, that I'm on the beach somewhere and I'm just kind of enjoying a drink with a little SPF 50 and having a good time. And by next week, I will keep you updated. But here's the thing, even if I make it to the Bahamas, right? There is still that chance as I enter back into the United States that I don't make it back because of a COVID-related test, because the United States requires a test within 24 hours of the flight home. Well, I guess there could be worse places to get stuck. Tune in next week, same bat time, same bat channel, to see if our heroes make it home or even get to go. With that being said, it's time to bring on my guest for the week. She is appearing for the second time. She appeared last January 2021 in episode 43. Existing customers need the same deal. So make sure you go back and listen to that one. She is an actor, a writer, a filmmaker. She does everything. She even has her own production company. Please welcome the lovely Jezabel Montero. And Jezabel, I'm going to put you on the big screen so we could see you. And welcome again. How are you?
Hey, hello. I'm good. How are you? Hey, congratulations on 105 episodes.
I know. I cannot believe that, it's been this long. 2 years, a 2-year anniversary. Happy anniversary, right?
Happy anniversary. I can't believe you survived. I mean, COVID and everything.
Well, the best part is because I write and produce and do all this stuff, I can't cancel myself.
You
that's probably why.
Your wife feels like canceling you, but
absolutely. She and she has every right. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah. No, I know. But so you're going with your wife to the Bahamas?
and 2 friends. And here's the funny thing.
How many days?
We're going for 5 days.
Okay.
So it's I guess 5 days and 4 luxurious nights.
Right.
And
you make sure they're luxurious. Okay.
We gotta hope so. But here's the thing. I just found this out too. So this is another caveat to this as we're doing this episode. I just found out. So we actually went through a travel agent. and we said we want to be on the same flight as such and such. We're booking the same as this other couple who we're going with, good friends, and just found out that Delta apparently changed our flight and didn't change theirs. So now we're on separate flights going.
What?
And I'm not happy about that. So I hope we can change it before all of this happens. But this coupled with the fact that the negative COVID test, you got to go for the COVID test, which they couldn't do earlier. You have to do it within 72 hours. That they had the magical 72 hours, not exactly sure where that came from. So you have to upload your vaccination cards, your passport. My goodness. I mean, I just don't understand. I mean, I get it. I understand where we're coming from in the health related issues, but then you go to some places you don't even have to wear a mask. And here I am, have to be triple vaccinated, have to show a COVID negative test. My goodness, already. I'm exhausted. I don't know if I want to go.
So it doesn't say hassle free in the fine print.
No,
right?
There is no hassle. There's no such thing as hassle free.
No,
it is just
no such thing as hassle free post COVID, because everything's pretty much hassle. But I am I know your show is like half glass empty, so I'm a half glass full kind of gal. So the fact that we can travel and I can visit my mom in Miami, even with all the hassles, Len, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy.
And I will do whatever it takes. Don't get me wrong, Jezebel. I mean, I'm for, you
got to burn some kind of bush about something.
But this is ridiculous. We're finding this out like last minute.
Oh, it's
horrible. And it's 72 hours. You got the strict guidelines, and then I have to upload this. So if I get the test done and I do happen to test negative, luckily there's like a 2-hour window, I think, for these tests. If I test negative, then I got to rush to the computer, upload this magical form, and then hopefully hear back from somebody in the Bahamas before I fly, because otherwise I'm out.
So if the guy that you're supposed to respond to you is just hanging on the beach and doesn't get your PCR test in time, you're screwed.
So it could be PCR to it pretty much will be CCR for me, because I'll just be sitting in room listening to CCR. That's what
exactly. Oh my God, that is a hassle. I'm sorry about that.
And now we're on separate flights. I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm like, what is, again, we tried to plan this trip in 2020, our friend's 50th birthday. She's known as hashtag. We'll just call her that.
That's pretty cool. Let's call her hashtag.
Pretty cool name as a hashtag, right? She's just known like Prince was a symbol at one point.
She's hashtag.
She's just hashtag.
We're
going. Her birthday was in 2020, her 50th. So we planned the trip, paid for it, everything, and we were going. And then of course COVID, and then we had to reschedule, and then we couldn't reschedule last year because of everything. And then we finally got the approval to do it. And of course they jacked up the prices nicely. No meal plan, because the meal plan, you can't do the meal plan now because of COVID. They won't do that.
I get it.
So again, they jacked up the prices. So what you would normally pay. And now you got to find out that you got to get all these tests done. And then getting back into the States, I might even be more worried about that. But at the same token, if I have to spend another few days, although I'll probably have to spend the time in the hotel room if I test positive, so I won't be able to enjoy the beach. But I don't know.
Don't be jealous of me, but I'm going to Italy next month. So there's that.
Ciao, Bella Bambina.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't gone through everything you're going through, so I don't know, any last minute changes. Of course, you have to wear your mask and you have to test. You have to have your vaccine card, all that stuff, but nothing, not yet anyway. I haven't had any problems yet with anybody, needing something sent to them via email or anything like that. That's a real hassle. And then the separate flights, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I don't like it. Where are you going in Italy, by the way?
We're doing like a tour. We bought the same thing. We bought like a kind of package. So we're going to Rome, Venice, the Amalfi Coast, and Florence.
Wonderful. Now Susan and I did met Venice in 2019. We went to Munich first with my company, and then got to spend a few days in Venice after. And I was loving it. We would go to the square. We'd stayed outside the square, and then had a little bus that got us right into the square every day. And we would there was one day we didn't even eat breakfast. We just went right to the square and had pizza and wine for breakfast. I mean, that
Oh,
was
I
just
love it.
fantastic.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Of course, we did the gondola ride and
Yeah, we're
all
doing all
that.
that. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
doing everything. I'm not
yeah.
missing out on anything.
No, I'm
Yeah, well, I haven't been outside of the country since like even before COVID. I had only traveled domestically. Like I've traveled all over this country.
yeah.
And so the last trip outside of the country was to Canada. And that was like in 2015. So
Wow.
7 years ago, but that was Canada. So it was really
Yeah.
close. I haven't been overseas in like 15 years. Last time I went to Paris, which I loved. I mean, being an artist and watching movies made in, about Paris and all that,
Mhm.
I loved it. Moulin Rouge, Latin Quarter, everything was just spectacular. So only Paris. Have you been to other parts of Europe?
I have not.
Oh.
Munich, Germany, and Italy
Munich.
are the two
I
places
got
that
you.
I've been.
Munich
Yeah.
and right. So this would
But
be Italy. Next year, I'm thinking of going to Spain. Since I am fluent in Spanish, I'm going to
a
Spain.
little bit. You know a little bit about Spanish.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
It's
So
exactly.
what's up besides that?
This is what was burning my bush this week. I actually, what's funny about this show is people don't understand. It's like people think I have like millions of things on my list of things, and a lot of times it just hits me of what bothering me this week. I mean, some things I had already written years ago and what have you, but now I just basically sometimes it could be a couple hours before the show.
Oh my gosh! So this burned your bush like before today.
Well, technically, it was today. Started it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a great topic. But again, I'm just glad we're traveling. You know what I mean? So I'm happy you're going somewhere, and congratulations. Happy birthday hashtag.
Happy birthday hashtag is right. She's celebrating her 50th birthday for the third time.
Fantastic. Happy birthday.
So let's get into a couple things here. So first of all, since the last time you aired, and I wanted you to pronounce your production company again, because I love the way you say it, and I don't want to do it disservice. Fuakata. That's, I'm sorry.
Fuakata. Fuakata. And like that, you have to say it with that intention. Fuakata.
Yeah, fuakata.
That's it, Len. That's it.
There you go. I can do it now.
You're gonna be an honorary Cuban if it kills me.
I love Cafe Cubano.
Me too.
I do like a Cuban sandwich. I tell you, I could. I had friends that were in Miami, and we went one time, and her husband was Cuban, and it was kind of funny. It was like Lucy and Ricky because she was the blonde. Well, she was blonde, not red.
Yeah, I get it.
It was kind of like
that's great. That's great. Yeah, like me.
Yeah. So you've got a new thing going. You've got a short film.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Duke and Duchess of Queens.
Yes.
And I want to play the trailer if I can. So just give me 1 second here. I want to see if I can play it.
Mm-hmm.
There's this girl and boy, right? And they fall in love. But the families are so different that they don't want them to be together.
I came as soon as I heard.
From L.A.?
I was your emergency contact.
Well, that's a stupid rule. It's really old. Like the 1800s.
Older.
Something horrible just happened. I have nowhere else to go. Please, just for a minute. You can't tell my mom.
Thank you. For what?
For saving me.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Oh, thanks. And so to tell our audience, it's like lots of visuals. We didn't see it here. We didn't see it in this visual.
No, it was. I was just playing the audio portion.
Yeah, I mean, you get some of it from the audio, but there's lots of nice visuals of the kids, and the two adults are in a hospital room, so there's a lot to be said for that. So that's what's going on with that.
It was very impressive. Now, this short film. Now, how can you consume it, or is it available yet?
No, you are getting, and these people are getting, your audience is getting like the first sneak peek at the trailer. I mean, it's out. I said the official trailer's out.
Right.
But the thing is that I just submitted it to a bunch of festivals, and this is like a proof of concept for the feature. I have a feature film called the Duke and Duchess of Queens, and there's some interest in the feature, but I kind of have to use what's called a proof of concept. I had to make a sort of sample of the movie. And so we shot this last year in October, and incredible cast. Just the kids were unbelievable. There's 2 kids, 2 adult, and like 4 adults, but the main characters are 2 adults who there's a flashback and they turn into the 2 little kids that they were back in the day. So there's a flashback sequence. So anyway, we shot this in October, and I had to leave because I got cast in a show called Christmas Contigo, a bilingual show in Ashland, Oregon, and it was a wonderful experience. I was the entire holiday, November and December there, but I put that on hold. My editor was editing away, and then I went to act in a live show, my first theatrical performance since COVID, and it was really, really great. Portland was, Oregon was beautiful. Portland was great. The people were great. Everything was great. I came back in January, and started post-production, music, sound design, people who know production. That's everything that comes after the shoot. So I started working on that, and we just wrapped post-production about maybe 3 weeks ago. And so I released a trailer, and I just submitted it to a bunch of festivals, and I'm hoping it grabs some traction because I've got a little bit of a following from my feature films, Fuakata Films. People are looking to see what happens next, and it's getting some traction. I was part of a finalist competition called Hayden Films. Out of about 1,000 submissions, I was 4, with the Duke and Duchess of Queens, the script. So I was a finalist in a competition, and I didn't win, but it was a really, really prestigious competition. So it's getting traction, and I'm hoping with the short film, I can raise the funding to make the feature. So that's what you were hearing. It's called The Duke and Duchess of Queens. It's loosely based on my childhood because I grew up in Queens, New York.
Yeah, that's fantastic, and hopefully people get to see it, and all your stuff is amazing, and you can go to your website, and why don't you give that out so people can I'm going to put it in the description of the episode. I'll put the link, and I'll also I'll post up the where you could find the trailer on YouTube as well. I saw
That'd be great. So my website, which shows the features I've done, I have some web series. I had a PBS series that was Cuban. It's called Re-Evolution, the Cuban Dream. It's all about Cuba, not only the political climate, but the people, the culture, artists in Cuba, and all of that. So that was a web series that aired last year during Latin Heritage Month on PBS nationally. So that was really exciting because I ended up, being on PBS, our series. So anyway, it's fuacatafilms.com, and Fuacata is
Fuacata.
Fuacata is F as in Frank, UACATA films.com. It's that simple.
Yeah, I need to buy a vowel. I can't. That's fantastic, and you keep doing all this stuff, and I'm so I am so proud of you because obviously we worked together a few years ago.
Don't tell them the years.
I'm not telling them. I said a few years ago. I didn't say. You were 10 when we worked together. Don't worry about it.
Yes, I was 10.
And because you're becoming like this so famous. I don't know. The next time, the third time for Len's Burning Bush, you might say, I'm a little busy. I can't make it.
I'm too busy for you.
Oh, I love that. So if you ever get too big, you could find a way. Apparently, within the next year, or at least this year, you could look at a house in Beverly Hills because Mark Wahlberg, Marky and the Funky Bunch, right? Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
I know.
He's selling his Beverly Hills mansion. They called it a compound. It's 12 bedrooms. I think it might be enough for you. 12 bedrooms, 20 bathrooms. I'm just trying to think. 20 bathrooms. I don't
know if I need 20 bathrooms.
Well, you can never tell, right? So it has a separate guest house, so that could be nice too.
Okay.
It has a separate guest house, and it's $87.5 million only today.
Okay.
I mean, inflation, I don't know.
I'll put it on my list. I mean, it'll be on the list.
30,500 square feet.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Of awesomeness, I guess. I just wonder, do you really need that big of a house?
No.
I mean, Let's be honest.
I always say and not only that, I watch a lot of like thrillers, suspense movies, and I'm like, dude, anybody could be in any one of those rooms at any point in time. I'm like, and I'm a woman, so like we're always freaking out about, all kinds of things, assault and this and that. So I mean, I can't live with that many rooms because anybody could be there, and then there's ghosts.
Yeah,
I
monsters
can't
under the
do the whole
bed.
thing.
I know. There's monsters under the bed.
I
But
need
would
to
you?
keep track of every room and everybody in every room.
So I have a question though. If you have 20 bathrooms, would you use them all, and why?
Okay.
Right? I mean, people get comfortable with bathrooms, right? They like to go,
Yeah.
like to be home base, right? So
Uh-huh.
20 bathrooms, it would kind of feel like you're at the neighbor's house, I would think. It's not very personal.
It would feel like a club.
Yeah.
You're in a club and you've got a
What
lot
kind
of
of club with the bathroom?
Because what the heck is that?
I don't
There's
know.
more bathrooms in rooms.
Yeah, I know.
That doesn't even make any sense.
When you grew up in Queens, could you imagine having 20 bathrooms?
Oh my God, my whole apartment looked like a bathroom.
I know. I lived in a small little, 1-bedroom apartment with my
Tiny,
parents.
Yeah, exactly. Tiny, very tiny. We 3 sisters in one room, and we were immigrants. My mom, the story. My mom's Cuban and my dad's Cuban. And so we were Cuban immigrants. So we didn't have a lot of money, and we grew up pretty poor, actually. I'm very proud of my mom, and she's proud of me because we did a lot with very little. So, and yeah, it was tiny. So I'm telling you, the apartment was a bathroom and maybe a closet.
Well, I'm laughing, but I'm in the dungeon here in the studio.
Yeah, I
my
see.
house.
It looks cool.
Yeah, I got the on-air light. You like that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the dungeon, and my dungeon is bigger in this basement than my parents' apartment was in New Jersey. Yeah, I mean it's crazy how the things are.
Well, you should be proud of yourself too. I'm very proud of you too.
I've officially made it. I've if I
Mm-hmm.
can't make it here, I'll make it anywhere. Let's
Exactly.
starts, starts singing, starts doing it. So I have a question regarding the acting. As you've done this for a while, you obviously watch programming. Like, is it the same to watch programming as I'm a non-actor and I watch television, I watch it. Do you critique it, or do you watch it for fun? Do you enjoy it, or are you critiquing it while you're watching it?
I'm not critiquing while I'm watching it.
Okay.
I'm completely immersed in what's happening, especially if it's good. If it's not good, then I'm just yelling at the TV. So I'm just yelling at everybody, and that's it. Talking to myself.
What's burning? Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So, but there is sometimes that I'm watching the cinematography or I'm listening to the soundtrack, and so I'm not paying attention. I think that's what happens when you start to produce and direct. But I then there's a switch, so I sometimes just focus on the story. But yeah, I mean, afterwards is when I'll start to discuss, acting and production and the script and things like that. We'll pull it apart. But at the moment, I try to stay in the moment watching the movie or the play or whatever it is that I'm, watching.
Is there anything that you watch now that you're like, wow, this is fantastic? Is there? I'm sure there's a few that you're watching now.
There's a few.
Like anything that you could tell.
There's things that fulfill different aspects of my personality, right? So not everything has everything, right? So like with comedy, because I really love comedy. Right now, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is just brilliant. It's just freaking brilliant. I just think everybody is fantastic, and the writing is so good. And it's female driven, and it's about a female comic, so I can identify with a lot of it, and just so that fills that feminist thing in me, and the comic thing in me, and the Jewish culture is so it's like the Latin culture, everybody talks at the same time, and everybody's neurotic, and I just get it. I totally get it, and I'm not Jewish, so I totally
just play one on TV.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's New York. It's very New York, so I get that. So that fulfills that ethnic thing in me and the female thing in me.
So far, you're 1 for 1 because that's my favorite.
Okay. You might not like the next one.
Okay,
the next one's very female driven too, but it's harsh. It's The Handmaid's Tale.
Okay, my Susan watches that. I
It's rough.
never watched it. That's the woman from Mad Men, right?
That's the woman
Yeah.
from Mad Men, and it's basically this futuristic kind of dystopian thing that your society where women are treated like breeding vehicles and they have no rights and blah blah. But the thing is, for that, not only is the script amazing, okay, everything's amazing, but as a production, like that I pick apart because it's genius. The costumes, the lighting, the entire it's a masterpiece. Like you could study it in schools. That's how good that production is. You could study the cinematography, study the soundtrack. The lighting is insane. The whole thing is just brilliant from A to Z. And so that it's different from The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. But I watch a lot of stuff. I like romance. I watch Outlander. Do you ever watch Outlander?
I've seen a few episodes.
I freaking love
I have
it.
neighbors that like that, like Outlander.
That's romantic.
Yeah.
So I watch it for different things for different reasons. And I watch a lot. There's a lot to watch. And I love it. I love adult cartoons. Like I watch Bob's Burgers,
okay.
Yeah. I'm a cartoon junkie, like for adult cartoons. I love Matt Groening as Simpsons, Futurama, American Dad.
See, I appreciate that you like that. And as somebody who grew up watching Saturday morning cartoons,
me too.
I have never really, been a fan or have watched the adult cartoons. I mean, The Simpsons, I mean, South Park, all of these. I have watched episodes. I'm not saying I haven't, but I've never really been, I got to watch this or, and I mean, Seth MacFarlane is a, fantastic talent, but I don't know. I'm just.
I watch it. I watch it because I think a lot of it is social commentary too. And I like that kind of stuff. So The Simpsons is satire, and then Bob's Burgers is just so clever. Just the direction of it. Everybody's, the overlapping, the deadpan. I mean, since when does a cartoon do deadpan?
Yeah.
I mean, there's deadpan, in the cartoon. And it's like, that's brilliant, So yeah, I love adult cartoons, even Rick and Morty. Do you know Rick and Morty?
Yeah, no, I've seen
Rick
that.
And Morty. Because I like sci-fi. Oh, I love sci-fi. I'm a crazy lady. I love everything.
We had, it's great. It's great. It's all good stuff. And I wanted to bring up, I mean, Rob Lowe has been around for I don't know how long, right? And he looks exactly the same.
He looks exactly the same. He's trapped in some kind of time capsule, and we're seeing through it. And we just see that he looks exactly the same. What's happening with him?
Well, he's apparently with his son. He is coming up. Apparently, they've had a social media relationship, kind of a punchy one with him and his son. It has inspired a new Netflix comedy. The father and son duo are going to star in Unstable, a scripted comedy series that follows an introverted son who goes to work for his wildly eccentric father in order to save him from disaster.
Oh, I like
so Netflix has picked up the series. It's comedy straight to series that says the show is inspired by the ways in which John Owen trolls his successful father on social media. So that is going to be Rob Lowe. I mean, he just continually, he's got a podcast too that gets a lot of listeners as well.
Yes,
a lot more than Len's Burning Bush, but I can understand that.
What?
Right?
I'm sorry. What's the name of it again?
The show is going to be called Unstable.
Unstable
with Rob Lowe and his son John Owen Lowe.
So beautiful. I don't know. I've never seen The Son. Have you seen The Son?
No, but he apparently trolls his father on social media. So that's where the idea came from, because he kept doing it or something.
Wow. So okay, but he loves his son, right? Because
I would think so. I would hope.
Okay.
I don't know. Hollywood, you never know. I mean, it could be just about anything.
Does anybody watch? Do you watch? Does anybody out there watch broadcast television? Because I love I still watch. Oh yeah, I still watch. First of all, I'm a junkie because I'm in the business, so I watch a lot of stuff for different reasons. And also I have to know what's going on. It's like my job. So I watch ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox. That's where The Simpsons is. So I watch Fox. So I don't know if anybody watches that.
I still watch the Goldbergs on ABC.
Yes, I love that. That's really.
But cute. I mean, we watch it differently. You're just watching it like on demand for the most part. I mean,
I see.
I mean, a lot of people don't sit down and watch it
because people don't like commercials.
No, we don't. And you could do it with Dish with the Hopper. It skips all the commercials if you get lucky enough. It's
Well,
recorded.
DVR. I DVR it, and then
Yeah, well, I do.
commercials.
Yeah, exactly. But you can. You don't even have to DVR it on Dish. It actually, it will record it for you in a prime time, and then it'll.
Really?
Yeah, you can skip the commercials using this little thing. So it on some of them, not every one will allow you to do that, but it's but yeah, we watch it differently. I just love. I'm a huge TV junkie. I've
Me
always
too.
been. I
Mhm.
love comedy. I love.
You watch
all
The Good Doctor? I love The Good Doctor.
No, I don't watch The Good Doctor.
Oh, it's
I've
great.
not watched that. I've watched Succession on HBO. Have you
You
watched that?
know, Len, everybody's talking about it, but I watched the pilot episode
Well,
and I
let me just tell you
couldn't get
something.
into it.
I was told this, and I'm going to tell you. The
Tell me.
pilot episode, it takes about 3 episodes to get into it because the
Okay.
pilot episode is not good.
It's not good.
It's not. But if you keep going with it, you will thank me because
Okay.
by the end of it, you'll say, you know,
Okay, so
Len was
because
right.
of you,
Yes, go back and
I'm
watch.
going
yeah.
to waste
Waste
2 more hours of my time. Okay.
Waste 2 hours.
This
You're
is
gonna
how much
thank
I love
me.
you.
You're gonna text me and you're gonna go, Len, you were right. First of all, it'd be the
Okay.
first time a
Okay.
woman has said that to me, but it's wonderful that I'm right. Just say it. Say it again. Len is right.
Len is right. Oh, I don't have a problem with that, especially if
Oh,
it has to do with TV. I want
I-
you to be right, actually.
Well, no, I love Secession. Anybody who has seen it, comment or whatever. But I
Okay.
think it's
Everybody's
again.
talking about it.
I was told the same thing. They said to me, Len, don't give it a chance. Don't, because I was like you. I was like, is this all there is? I mean, and then I'm like, all right, I promised him I would give it a chance. So I
Okay.
went and when you get to by the middle of the second episode, I think you should be you should be
Okay,
all good.
okay, I'll give it a chance. I mean, you know what the problem is? This is what the problem is. The problem is there's so much to watch, and there's so
Yeah.
many. There's so many options. Like before, back in the day when we were kids, it was like 10 channels. So you had to watch whatever the heck that was on that TV.
I know.
So you watched crap sometimes.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
that's all there was to watch. But now you don't have to waste time. If something is not appealing, and listen, it's all art, it's all subjective. So if something doesn't appeal to you, just switch it. You just go
No.
to something else, And so I don't want to waste too much time. Like, you're gonna hate me. You might hate me. Your
No, I
audience
would
might
never.
hate
I could
me.
never hate you.
All
But go
right.
ahead.
Thank you, Len. Meet me. The feeling's mutual. But
Yes.
I couldn't watch, and this is gonna be scandalous. We'll have people complaining
oh
on
boy.
your. I did not bother watching. Are you ready? Do you have a
Yep.
sound effect drum roll?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me get you into this here. Let's do I could do a rim shot.
Right. No, that's for the punchline.
I
Okay,
know.
wait, do it
Sorry.
after.
All right. Thank you.
Do the rim shot after.
All right.
Ready? So I could not watch Game of Thrones. Rim shot.
I will tell you this. There's a secret. You and I are soulmates.
What?
Never watched one episode.
You see?
No, I'm out.
This
I-
is why
no.
we're friends. This is why we're friends. It's true.
No.
No, and you know what? I gave
And the
it to
crowd loves it. No Game of Thrones. Hashtag no Game of Thrones.
No Game of Dude, I
We're
watched.
the only people in America right
Wait,
now.
but did you give it a chance? 'Cause
No.
I gave it. Oh, I did.
No,
I gave it 3
no.
episodes.
Oh,
3 episodes. So it's what you want me to give Succession. And I
Wow.
said, wait, I gotta find a reason to watch this thing. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I couldn't. I was like, I can't eat. I don't know what. Everybody's sleeping. The incest. Somebody got thrown out of a window for no reason. I didn't. I
So-
couldn't. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. 3 episodes in, I'm done.
All right. Well, good. Because I didn't make it to 1 because I had no interest in it. And I don't, there's another show that, again, since we're going off the deep end here, there's another show that I never watched.
Everybody
and I have
watched. You
no-
got to mention one
I-
that everybody's watched.
Yeah. Well, I think it's pretty popular.
Okay.
I'm not a big zombie fan. I don't know why everybody's into the zombies. And I
Mm.
don't like any of those. I even can't even think of the name of it off the top of my head.
I know what you're going to
Oh,
say.
something dead.
No, Walking Dead. The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead. Don't watch that either. Never
neither.
watched an episode
Me
of
neither.
Walking Dead, and I'm still living. Not
But
quite.
that, you're not a zombie. Yes, you're not a
No,
zombie.
I'm not a zombie.
You no, but the thing is that the Game of Thrones was actually even more popular than Walking Dead. Like, if you actually
Yes.
do the numbers, like the ratings, it was like The Sopranos. It was like
Yeah.
everybody and their mother was watching, which I actually didn't watch The Sopranos that much either.
Oh boy, now we're gonna have to go.
Now we're gonna have a fight.
That's not good. No, yeah, we're gonna have a fight. I've
you
watched
watch
it 4
Sopranos?
times. I think I watched The
No.
Sopranos 3 times full, like through 3 times.
I
all the
did.
episodes.
That's amazing. That's impressive. That's very impressive. So you wasted a lot of your time.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
no, but you
I
know
got
what
a
the thing
favor.
is with you had a fight with your wife and you had all those hours, and so then you watch The Sopranos. But here's the thing that The Sopranos, though, at least with The Sopranos, I did catch episodes. I did what you do with the cartoons. Every now and then I'd watch an episode here and there, and it was good. It was entertaining, but I just couldn't get into it. The mafia thing, I'm a little bored with that. So I'm a little, it's been done so many times, and I thought it was clever. He was in the therapist session and all that. I got it, but again, it kind of bored me. But listen, everybody was wonderful in it, and they're all stars. They all became mega stars. Poor
James Gandolfini,
James
unfortunately, no longer with us.
passed
Yes.
away. He was brilliant.
Yes.
And yeah, no, I appreciated everybody. That wasn't the issue.
Okay.
But
Well,
yeah.
No, we could talk all day about television, and you could like Lens Burning Bush on Facebook at Lens
Yes.
Burning Bush.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you follow at Lens Burning Bush on Twitter. We typically, this episode will air on Twitter. You'll have the video and the audio on Twitter, as well as the Facebook Live channel and on YouTube. Now, make sure you hit the subscribe. There's a bell, I think now you got to, with the bell on YouTube, you make sure you get notifications. Just subscribe, please. I can't get at gunpoint here. We can't get people to, can't people to respond. But anyway, it's on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Podbean, iHeartRadio, all of the major players, Stitcher, Pandora. You can even ask Alexa to play Lens Burning Bush podcast. Make sure you say podcast, because Lens Burning Bush might come up with something a little bit interesting, right? So
have you tried that? Have you tried that?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. I'm going to try it.
Yeah, you try it and see what comes up. But I want to play. I started with this on the introduction of the episode. Now, you heard the theme song to Lens Burning Bush. It's Friends of Mine. It's a local band in Northern Kentucky. It's
Lens Bush is burning. It's burning for you.
I love it.
Yeah, they are a band. They're in Northern Kentucky, in Cincinnati area. And they're tremendous. They were on my 100th episode, and they wrote this for me, and they played it for me, I should say. And they had another song that they had played for me also, but I like this one. But Lens Bush is burning. Yeah, so you've got all kinds of crazy stuff now.
Yeah,
and,
you used to live in Kentucky, right? Is that why
I still
you
live?
know
Yeah, I still live in Kentucky.
Mhm.
We'll see if I can make it back from the Bahamas, or if I even make
Wait,
it to
you
the Bahamas.
still live in Kentucky? You're in Kentucky right now?
I still live in Kentucky.
This is Kentucky what I'm looking at?
You're looking at Kentucky. You're looking at a screen. You're looking at an on-air sign, but yes, I'm in Kentucky. Yes, I am in Kentucky.
Wow. Okay,
yeah.
I didn't realize that. I thought you were in Jersey.
No. I'm not back in Jersey. I will be back for a little get together in May. I'm going to go back for some fun, but I don't get back that often. Maybe once a year, or once every other year.
I mean, if you have time, look me up. I'm going to be away most of May, but
I know you'll be all over the place, going to
I'll
Italy.
be speaking
and
Italian.
Yeah,
Parlando italiano. Parlando un po' di italiano. Parlo un po' di italiano, un po'.
Oh, un po'. Very, very good. I'll have my chicken francese and a little vino.
Chicken francese. Wait, chicken francese. Oh, it's French chicken in Italian.
In Italian, francese.
Right, that's right.
Well, it is a pleasure having you, Jezabel Montero, and you are wonderful as always. And I will post the description. Fuakata Films. I got
perfect.
It. Perfect. See, look at
Perfect delivery.
Not bad. As we said last time, a Jew from the Bronx.
That's
saying
right.
Fuakata.
It's not bad.
No.
You got the inflection. You got the attitude.
Oh,
I'm telling you,
attitude.
I'm making you Latino if it's the last thing I do.
I love it. I love it. And the Cafe Cubano, make sure I get some of that. But we'll be back with another episode. And hopefully I'll be back from the Bahamas, or even if I don't get to the Bahamas, I will hopefully be back with another episode of Lens Burning Bush next week. So long.
Thank you.